It's week 6 of the National Football League, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Texans and the Cardinals on Thursday night.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
We got 4.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Shotgun now from Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4 cornerback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Hutchins. It's caught. Mitchell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Hutchins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
2nd and 5. Again, Murray will keep it.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with the W.
That second down play, that's a -4.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Hutchins. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd down, Herrick. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
From the gun on third down, Murray. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Going deep for Hopkins.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And his pass incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown. Cardinals have taken the early lead. And that one needed a little time to develop, because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time, because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern, but also great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball to see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other. That usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it, as we just saw there.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one, because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
This defense for the Cards, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Murray now. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st and 10, Hutchins going up top.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to try and go deep again, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Hutchins. He's going to take another shot here.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A throw out wide, caught by Hopkins. How did he stay on his feet? 20! And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for Moore. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Let's go. Elijah Moore.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
And that one makes it 14-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Here comes Grant on the return.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Let's go!
Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend it and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
On 2nd down now, Herrick, not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's Murray from midfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Murray now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. A gain of 6 there on first.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
Murray going to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Dancing to his left. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
It'll be Murray on the keeper.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the... And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And now out comes Houston.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. It's Mitchell, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's a microcosm of how it's gone for their rushing game so far this year. 29th in the league on the ground.
Yeah, it's a great illustration of what we're seeing because these problems go back to the offensive line. You can't give guys free access to your backfield. Can't let these free runners come and get them because free runners turn into free hitters.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Hutchins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. J.J. Watt, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Does the ball have the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And then one more to highlight. Sunday Night Football. as the national audience will see a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake. Murray. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Murray now on 1st down. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Murray. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Herrick. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Murray. And his throw is incomplete. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Hutchins. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Back to throw. Hutchins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Second and 11. Looking to throw. Hutchins. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 9 yards is the loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun. Hutchins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. First down, Murray. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And that's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And this Texans defense stands tall. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on second down. Hutchins. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. From the gun on third down. Hutchins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
46 yards on the ground for him so far.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Herrick. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Shotgun now for Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
To throw is Murray. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston set to take over.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. On second down, it's Mitchell. And he's got this down to the 35.
Come on now, let's go.
Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hutchins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Yeah, baby, boom.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Hutchins. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Mitchell. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Hutchins. Touchdown, Texans. Elijah Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The return man is Grant. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. What a turn of events there. As a kick returner, you know they're going to try to strip it. That's a costly turnover.
But it's interesting because they're going to be aggressive in covering the kick and trying to knock the ball free. But kick returners by nature, they're aggressive as well, trying to turn into a big play. Sometimes when aggressive meets aggressive, something gives.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Shedding through the defense, and they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Hutchins got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. On 2nd down now. It's Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. From the gun, Hutchins. It fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Denzel Perryman in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
Gotta give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play. And I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 34.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's McPherson now to send it away.
Grant sets to return it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes back over.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Throwing now is Murray. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Hutchins. Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw from his end zone. Hutchins. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Here comes Grant on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951, that ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So that one will be accepted. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Over the middle to Smith. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Murray. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Texans defense stands tall. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Pitts. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line. Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans can take the lead with an extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw is Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. Murray to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On first down, Herrick. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Texans, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile,